Hello, and what is up YouTube? We are here with the Senna random special, and we'll start off with a Yasuo and, well, a Senna game. We are going to play some crazy stuff in the bot lane, so after watching this video you'll enjoy yourself watching Senna gameplay more and more often. You see me already whiffing an auto attack, nothing unusual. Spacing away, unfortunately not even with a purpose, but yeah, here we are, showcasing you what this lane can do and how powerful it can be. So let's talk about why Yasuo and why Senna. First off, the combination of these two champions is very unbalanced. They're just very powerful and are very early game focus and late game focus as well. Yasuo's stats are embarrassingly high, and the damage he has, especially starting with Ruby Crystal, which is kind of ironic, is unbearable. And if he just rushes defensive boots, he's an absolute demon. So he's actually, if you would include him into a tier list, one of the highest tier champions you can get. Yeah, I thought he would space away, doesn't do it, and now we just start diving them for the funsies. Big damage dashing after them, and max flashing over the wall for the fun. And we are going back to dive. Sadly, I missed the Zagn's ability. And here we go back here. He quickly takes aggro. I don't know where my auto cast Q goes, but it goes Narnia. I nearly die. I thought he would go for me. I tried to input one auto attack. We get the free kill. Absolutely beautifully played by the Yasuo. And yeah. And if you're wondering, honestly, why is Senna and just Yasuo so good? Yasuo is a very good bot laner, and Senna in general does so much damage if you build it properly. So in the bottom left throughout the gameplays, you'll see plenty of changes, like item builds, because it's so important. Oh my god, he got absolutely denied, and we can just do whatever we want, just resetting a turret aggro really quick, walking away from the enemy jungle as we see them, now approaching the jungle. Now approaching the same situation again here, and yeah, if we hit the we hit the root, which means that guy will just die and we just walk it off. Another Rengar comes around the corner, will probably kill me. We flashed it, Yasuo knocks him up, and he is pissed. We just space away, hit the root, go for more spacing, and we get another kill. That is some absolute demolition. So the sad part about this kind of special is that I didn't get the in-game recording, because I did a recording session and then the files were corrupted, and I'm like, yeah, I love it right now. And these games were so funny and such bangers, so you have to see them. And even though it's like from this perspective, I think it's still very nice to see. If you prefer another version of this, but with the POV, just let me know, we can still make it happen. Still got some other gameplays on mine lined up anyway. And yeah, it's absolutely beautiful if you would like play the different Senna build right now, and there are like many things we need to talk about when it comes to Senna. So first off, you lost your primary rune with Krakenslayer. Oh, Lucian! Yeah, he got absolutely demolished, poor guy. So, your main rune got deleted with Krakenslayer, but press the attack is still the best in slot rune you can ask for. The reason is the following. Senna is a champion designed to stomp lane and scale through stomping lane. Senna isn't a champion you want to pick to just sit back and AFK. Yes, you can make the argument you can do so, but I do not recommend this at all. I prefer Senna as a champion that stomps lane, which she's dedicated to do. And yeah, from that point onwards, you basically craft your rune set and item set now in the full one-shot meta, specifically around this purpose. So you go pen boost and lethality item. And if you have a good game in which you can go tank Senna, you can also go tank Senna. Like if the enemy team is full AD, you can just itemize into plated steel caps, gauntlet, and just be invincible. That also does work. But generally speaking, you want the highest damage possible, and Hexflash is also such a beautiful rune to have. And sadly here this Rengar is zooming away, but the Twisted Fiddler also makes an appearance from the side lanes, and we just did a full rotation here to just pick up this Herald, but sadly none of our team matched the rotation towards the tower we left. So the advantage we gained through laning has been slightly mitigated, but the overall map impact plus the tilt level we've induced on the enemy champion is a lot higher. So now I'm thinking, this is going to be over anyway up there, so I might as well just take the gold for free. Sadly we don't see how I saw that the fight is already over at the dragon. So we just see me push mid lane, picking up some souls, getting some free gold, and collecting this entire tower for myself with a few platings shared to the Lee Sin. Sadly, I still have my support items, so I don't get full gold here, but since my team didn't need me, I just wanted to make sure to just push this as quick as possible to deny the enemy possible gold income, and using my passive here, my shield, my relic shield to last these minions. And if you're wondering, why relic shield? Relic shield still, from my perspective, one of the most broken items in the game. You can make an argument that you can go sickle because it's full damage meta, but still, I personally just really much prefer relic shield because it allows me to manipulate the wave in a way I wish for, and therefore gain advantages. And I just love how we both stand still and just sit there because both of us know, ah shit, that was not even intended. And yeah, I just yoinked his red buff. He's kinda sad, but yeah, here we are. It is what it is. And if you're wondering, just generally speaking, why you see Senna's rarely in the game or they're underperforming, Senna usually is a champion that many times is just played very badly, and therefore people just showcase you what like inting Senna looks like. It's like one of these picks that most of the time you see people just run it down on. It's also not a champion you would ideally play in solo queue. Champion is more of a champion you want to play in duo queue or even trio queue, even though trio queue you can argue that you prefer a dive champion over a bully champion. But Senna in general is so unbelievably powerful, her damage is crazy if you go for a specific build. The downside of Senna nowadays is you die equally as fast as you kill people. The saving grace for this champion nonetheless is the range advantage and the third ability. Like being able to cloak people if they don't leave the circle. The enemy doesn't know there are people in there. So if they engage onto you thinking you're alone because they only see the center, you might be able to just pick them up or go for a cheeky engage on them or like literally whatever. Because it's such a a massive thing people do not understand or do not pay attention to because they rarely see it, that you can constantly abuse this, especially with junglers. Like for example, let's say I have river control in the early game, right? And with river control, I can allow my jungle to just path into my lane in my fog, like in my little mist thing. And if the enemy thinks I'm alone and engages onto me, they'll instantly die, and depending on the champion I'm playing with in the jungle, the engage range is already big enough, so you can just go and we just get free kills absolutely easily. And there's one thing I want to test in the future. It's like a sudden impact build, because I prefer running hack slash on Senna nowadays. Yeah, I don't know what my Lee Sin is doing. He's having a very great time here. Nice kick though. I should have focused the Lucian. Most definitely. I thought he would die already, but he didn't, so technically it's my mistake. What is Rengar bro doing? Poor guy. Gets absolutely blasted into the next life. And there's one thing, you can mid-fight use your third ability to help your teammates that are not actively attacking, because it will cloak them after some time. And maybe the enemy can't engage then. Ah, god damn it. And here it's just about bullying. Bully, 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 collect souls, be an absolute demon on the Rift, and enjoy your time. You saw, like there's so many things you notice when you see that particles go through walls, like Yone 3rd Q, you see it through walls. And there are so many bugs still in the game. Oh, we see a nice engage, a wonderful Q3 onto the back line. And we just pick them up with a Volibear chasing them down. A very good team in this game. Something you rarely get if you play in high LP ranges, if you play duo. Oh, I missed that one. Feels bad, man. But yeah, sadly, it's something you rarely see. And this is what I'm talking about, but like the cheeky little thing with the mist. Like the enemy just doesn't always think about this, and again, they don't really know who's in this ring of death. So if they make a mistake, they just evaporate. Rengar being knocked up here sadly survives my ultimate. Akali hunting it down mid lane, needs to be careful. Still Akali takes so much damage. hook doesn't connect, but now the Yone is on top of the Yasuo. The Yasuo will eventually fall. It's too much damage. My healing doesn't even go through and was so close. If my healing goes through, I think he might get enough HP to have his passive come back, and then the shield will save him. Because tank Yasuo is so unbelievably broken. But what are you guys thinking? Do you prefer longer videos? Do you prefer shorter videos? Do you prefer to get like a certain guide on something? Are you happy with it, with how it is now? Do you wish for a format to return? Like, just let me know in the comments below if there's anything you guys wish for, and we just take a look at the most liked comment. And by the way, if you really want to do me a favor, like the video and leave a comment, because doing this goes a long way. Like, it's like, if you don't want to spend any money supporting us, leaving a comment, liking the video is already a massive support for the video, because then more people will see it. And this guy is tanky. This guy is a chonker. He has armor for days. Even Lee Sin doesn't kill him with QQ reactivation. That's crazy. I got knocked back. Lee Sin needs to be a little bit careful. Yone is not moving for the next season. And we just get a free kill. Poor guy. But yeah, in this game, you see my damage output isn't the highest because, oh well, I might have invested into some tanky stats this one. But generally, like, the archetype is you go for pen boots into a lethality item. The lethality item can be Yumu's Ghostblade, which is the premier choice usually, or you go for Serpent's Fang. Fang, yeah, good one. Serpent's Fang. Can't speak, need to drink. And with that, uh-oh. Awkward situation, Akali moment inbound. Goodbye, friends. Was nice knowing you. Ditch. Now we are back, running it down in the mid lane. And with the typical build of a lethality item with lethality boots into IE, at this item breakpoint you'll roughly gain, I think, 80% crit rate in total with just IE on your champion. You'll slowly transition into 100%. So for your item after this, you can choose whatever you need. Now, Yone needs to be careful that he doesn't go too far. I'm a little bit low damage on that build, so I can't just tap them. And yeah, Akali is in the back line. Twisted Fate could have just pressed ultimate to just reveal her, and then everything would be fine. And yeah, but with the Yasuo as a frontline next to the Volibear and all the CC... Oh! Twisted Fiddler, what's bro doing? Nice kick by the Lee Sin, forcing his GA on cooldown. And nobody wants to hit the tower. I'm hitting the tower, but everyone is going away, and the Yasuo actually falls. The Yasuo actually died due to some unfortunate incidents here. And we might not be able to... And they get hit by the double combo. And the volley bro falls. And depression soon is actually upon us with how much damage Yone does inside of the Nexus as well. And if there's one champion you do not want to give gold against, it's Yone. Like, there are so many champions right now in the game that you do not want to feed gold into, because if you do so, things get so terrible. And Yone is one of these premier choices where just getting or giving him gold can just turn the game around so easily. Because I've lost so many games in a position where, for example, the entirety of the Nexus was exposed on multiple lanes. Simply because people don't want to attack the Nexus and then die. And then Yone gets like multi-shutdowns, and with the multi-shutdowns, he just carries the game. Because then it takes like one moment of negligence and he kills everyone. And that's terrible if it happens to you. Twisted Fiddler getting the pick on the Akali, however, Lee Sin died in sequence. And we're looking for a play on mid lane, stealthing in the volley bro, looking for potential play. The Lucian walks too close because, as again, he couldn't see. And now we need to be mindful. Where's the Yone coming? Yone coming here, I get completely blown up. Half to stasis, selfish enchant by me here. Ulti flash backwards, so I hit the multitude of my teammates, and now the rundown commences. This Thresh will take a lot of damage over time, just 15 seasons later, and with 4 people that on the enemy team, a Kali 10-second respawn timer, it will most certainly spell the end for the enemy. And yeah, like, Senna is all about adaptability. My dear Jesus, what is wrong with me? I need help. And yeah, we just felt ourselves a little bit too much again, not too much of a biggie, we shall still be able to end. I'll just hit the Nexus with my low AD build. Just 5 business days later and it will eventually fall, trust me, Yona ults in, I'll probably... Oh, he just goes in instantly and goes back instantly as well. And we're actually forced to play another objective. I have no more resources left, which means the game actually turned into a flippy situation, because if we do this Nasher, we'll certainly lose. They'll get there in time and we'll die, so I'll just put myself behind the Nasher pit, just in case they do something stupid, and I'm not in range of simply dying. So whatever they're doing again, they're just going in, even though they don't have to, because Yasuo and me are probably the strongest member on the team when it comes to damage and being annoying. I'm yawning so much, I need so much more caffeine, it's crazy. It's not a good time. Luckily, the Baron stopped, we didn't continue doing the Baron, and yeah, we'll now return with Yasuo at our side, and we'll look at Elder. But why generally is Yasuo so annoying to face in bot lane or general? Like, the wind wall is just so unbelievably broken. Volibear nearly dying here, I spot the Thresh in the side lane here, the Akali goes onto me, I hack slash the wall, get some distance, press the ult here to make sure I just don't randomly die. I keep my distance, Rengar pops the ult, we pop this, and I get jumped on here as well. I pop Zonas on 1 HP, but I'll probably die here. Okay, Rengar can't jump me, now I turn around. Now I can just slowly heal up my teammates, unless the Rengar finds a way to get back there. So, now with Rengar being there, visible on the map, there's no way he can come, so I can just slowly heal up my teammates, and healing them for 238 through 5 people in a line is a lot of healing. Like, you will see that Senna actually heals and shields a lot during the game. I know what Akali just did there, she just did a little oopsie and finally dies. So an absolute slugfest here when it comes to this game. Popping the heal here really quickly, and then finally ending the first game we've played. And with that said, we'll take a quick look at the after game screen, and then we shall continue with game number 2, because we have 3 games in total that we are going to watch with the Senna special, and every single game has a slightly different build, and yeah. You see, I did a little bit of a combination build this one. Plated steel caps into Yumus, giving me better early game. Quick little history here. And now let's move into the next one. For this one, we are going to watch Senna, Swain, bot lane into Alistar Misfortune. And you best believe it, we are gonna face check, baby girl. We're just going to go in. Misfortune being spotted here. We don't just clump up together or just stand behind each other, because if you do, you just get instantly popped by the Misfortune Q. And now Misfortune made a big mistake of walking up. Her support wasn't there, was wanting something, was being busy. Now he flashes forward, but they'll never win this. They can't kill me because Misfortune is too far away. Swain hits the spell, gets the auto attack kill on the Misfortune, and now we'll finally also go for the cow. Maybe the cow turns around and ooh, we hit a nice binding again of him, and we get a juicy double kill. And if you ask me, like, Swain is one of the weakest level 1 champions you can pair up with the Senna, because Swain simply doesn't really have damage. Like, look at the rune, he has Conqueror, he has Ghost, so he's not really a 2v2 champion early on. But as the game goes on, he becomes increasingly more annoying for the enemy team to kill. And this game, if I remember correctly, was an absolute monster of a game. If you're wondering what I did there, I was busy waiting for my gold. Need items? Oh, Ghost Guy. Slowly making our way back to the lane. Now the Misfortune nearly got yeeted by the Swain, and I just get to deal 3 damage. Can just walk forward because they simply do not have the damage to fight me. And if he goes onto me, I can just Hack Slash and just space again. And then I would just repeat the same principle over and over again. I just continue hitting the Misfortune, and then when the Alistar walks up, I just swap on the Alistar, and you see the damage we deal, he just gets popped, and now I just walk away, then I hit a minion with my support item to heal for so much more, and yeah, It's an absolute abuse and showcase of how to use support items, how to use pressure, how to utilize the champions you play, and how to bully people in a way that they just do not want to play lane anymore. Swain has 1 mana left, pops the ghost, runs after Misfortune, gets exhausted, flashes the Alistar combo. We don't see this because I have it here on this view, because in-game we saw that he flashed. And we just walk it off into sunset. Unless, of course, somebody makes his appearance and we actually die, which hopefully we don't. I don't remember dying here, so we should be good. I think we die later, like absolute buffoons, as we dive again, because, you know, if I'm playing bot lane, there's one thing you can be certain of. There'll be a lot of diving, there'll be a lot of fighting, and usually speaking, if the enemy sends their their mid laner and jungler bot lane constantly, their chances of winning skyrockets. Because usually nobody on your own team will probably reply to this at all. Even if they have priority, they will just not care, and your own jungler rarely comes, so it's just a typical thing. Alistar is being mid lane. Alistar, you need to be mindful to not be mid lane. We can just go in and dive. We just pop the full combo, walk backwards, tank another tower shot. My Swain is just not giving a damn, and this lady just got dove. And now I think I make a fateful mistake. I spot the enemy Olaf in the river, and I should have recalled instantly further to the left, because now he spots my Swain, because I also think Swain might have... No, I think they would have realized anyway, and I just died to an axe like an absolute goblin. Back on the map again. There's also one more thing that we can argue when it comes to playing bot lane. If you play duo queue bot lane, doing a herald rotation is often something that is more detrimental to you than it is beneficial for you, unless you already have the tower. Because unless you can win the herald fight consistently, the teammates you have, depending on the games you play, will not be able to get anything done with the goal of herald, and the goal on you by just smashing away the bot lane tower is probably gonna net you more. But it is something that only applies for a few people, and is not necessarily a correct statement in itself. Because theoretically speaking, support needs to rotate to herald. It's the objectively right play for the most situations, unless you have to trade. But given the context and how WildRift plays nowadays, and you just walked up into the brush again, so you get one shot. There's just no way. Easy, Swain gets the kill. We just transition, we just throw some money at our Raven Bird. And with that, we are just picking up Dragon. Dragon nets us at least also 2 souls. Not too bad of a thing, getting 2 souls. Because Senna scales with souls, granting her attack damage, attack range, crit on certain thresholds, and it's gonna be absolutely insane. Yeah, Alistar just walked up for no reason, now Misfortune walks up for no reason, so we just bully her for a tiny bit. Swain pops the ultimate there, gets the free kill. Now the Misfortune finally ults, just very much too late, and we just heal up our bros with some key healing. Lux misses the combo. I think if I get hit there, I just instantly die, because Lux is a cool champion. She just needs boots of mana and one-shots you. Cool. WildRift is sometimes a very wonderful game. So yeah, as you see, the game is not really going in our favor on the other sides of the map. It's okay, we're fine. Alistar left lane to accumulate or help out his team. So as a consequence, we need to make sure that we are stomping this side. Like, we're doing really well here, and Alistar is looking for a play, so we have to just respect it, with Olaf also being here. Too much of a risk. If he makes a mistake, going for a quick combo here, big onto the Misfortune, briefly instantly picking up the money, but it was only worth 100, so we're all in pain. Hitting the plant so I can walk up and heal myself without wasting too much time, but the Olaf is too fat and too accelerated already, and Swain sadly doesn't have mana, so he can't get him killed. Now I'll watch him recall like a true Giga Chad. And yeah, now we're back in the game, following the people around so we can get some souls. Probably the most important thing when it comes to Senna. Picking up these souls. Ideally, you don't last hit cannon minions with your relic shield. It's because they will always drop one, and you just focus on melee minions to control the push depending on the situation. And since we are relatively tanky, Swain can just walk forward, tank up the tower, we just briefly one-tap that lady and we just walk off into the sunset, not picking up this lovely bullet on the floor because it's too much of a risk. And we'll go on for another wave. I can just Q the wave here, heal up my Swain, it's such a disgusting sustain combo. And we'll get even more. Lux misses another binding, even throws out the laser for the wave here. And we are getting completely stonewalled as I make my way slowly towards the red buff. Not much happening right now, the game has absolutely decelerated. It's absolutely slow right now. The enemy team with their champions with Irelia Olaf being so strong with an Elster frontline is going to be very scary to deal with, given that the other side of the map has been absolutely crumbled. We still are strong enough to carry this game, no problem. Xin Zhao is also still a very strong champion, and we just need to find a good situation to get something done. Alistair flashes in, goes for the combo onto the Swain. Swain just walks it off. Doesn't really have to care, just has to pop Ghost here to make sure he doesn't die. And I have to just stay at distance, make sure I don't get caught for free, and then everything is going to be okay. Something you can also do is you can just pop your mist again. And if somebody's running at you, they can't utilize auto-aim anymore because you don't exist, because you're invisible. It's very helpful, and depending on some people making flash plays, in a key situation this can actually be the difference maker, as they, for example, if there's a minion, maybe autocast on the minion. It helps so many times, and it's such a crucial strategy that you need to keep in mind that you can utilize to bamboozle people. Here, I stealthed them in, the bros are coming around here, we are 3 people with another Twisted Fate, and we hit the Q with the slow, hit the flash card, a little bit too much of commitment by the Twisted Fiddler. I aim my ult onto the Misfortune, we get a free kill here, Twisted Fiddler falls. But we'll get everything we want to since there are not enough enemy people here to deal with us. However, Xin Zhao thinks about a different story. He doesn't want to kill both of them here, so he walks to the Mundo. However, the play with the Mundo is already over, while the Irelia is getting some free stuff on the other side of the map. So, with the enemy jungle being dead, there's a high chance we get this dragon for free. And now we can maybe look at the Irelia, just annoy her a little bit. I cancel a recall to mess with her tempo a tiny bit. I can't really stay for more waves here, I just wanted to annoy her once. Now I can make my way to the dragon, which I think shouldn't even be contested by the enemy team, and we actually lose it to Lux. Oh yeah, and if there's something they need to... Twisted Fate walk into a wall, by the way. If there's something they need to change, is they need to buff Smite. With how much damage there is in the game, I think it's so easy for mages to just always outsmite jungles. So yeah, I think they should increase Smite damage. And now the Alistair is in a very bad spot. The cow is alone. The beef will be collected. And now, for some reason, the Xin Zhao didn't pay attention that the broskis were already ready there to catch him. And we just do the same thing again. We stealth someone in. Looking for a potential play, and if the Irelia is crazy, we might just die. Gets rooted here, misses the stun, hits the ultimate, and I just thought I would survive here, but the Irelia damage is absolutely crazy. I nearly die, by the way. And now the Olaf makes an appearance. I pop my ultimate to survive a tiny bit longer, but I still instantly fall. And yeah, you see some juicy fight in the top and right end, but yeah, there's nothing's gonna happen. Look at these gooflings. And yeah, Nasha is now spawning very soon. With Nasha spawning, it's going to be an interesting moment in the game. Just think about the potential you have. If you get the enemy to walk into you, without us getting one shot, Swain is going to do so much work. He's going to do so much damage. And I'll provide the long range artillery. The massive issue for my champion in this game, though, is if the enemy understands who to kill, not much is stopping them from just going on me. And for some reason, the Xin Zhao is already dying again for the funsies. And we lose 2 people on Asher. Olaf pops the ult, we just keep on running away, flash out of the Lux ult here, keep on spacing away, pop my ult as I know that he will connect. Irelia misses ult, and now I have to play Giga range. I have to play so far off. I have to just look for an opportunity to get something done, and I have to just hold the maximum distance because Irelia is constantly looking for me. Placed on a ward, so maybe I can snipe somebody. Hit my root. Pop my E so he doesn't dash onto me, but she still managed to dash onto me before my auto attack goes through. So I could have actually died there, and if she has any specific item like Death Dance, she might survive, and yeah, we are in big trouble. Because Irelia is a lovely champion. Now we managed to deny them the ability to do Nashor, which is something that's very important. And there's a massive wave on the bottom side of the map. We have some vision around Nashor, so the enemy should not be able to just do it instantly. Getting these souls here and all this gold is so big for us as well. Just fixing side waves is so enormously important. However, we just get engaged on mid lane again, being completely on our lonesome. Mundo is forced to pop ultimate as we see in the bottom. And we Twisted Fate teleports 2 centimeters in front of him. And I don't even know what they're doing because nothing of this makes any sense, and now we used so many important cooldowns for Nashor, and the enemy team can just now walk into Nashor, and this fight is going to be very difficult. Keep in mind, I need to play maximum range. I need my Swain to go in for me. He starts doing so. We pop the ultimate here. We just walk closer. The Alistar isn't really a champion that is scary to us, but we still have to keep in mind that we do not go too close to the Olaf because he one-taps us, and then we just don't get to do too much given how many cooldowns have been blown earlier before this fight even started. If I'm not mistaken, I think Senna also had Flash, Smite and Ult, so we will not talk about that one. It's an unfortunate accident that he wasn't able to use them. But the game isn't lost yet, no problem. Using my Hax Flash just to make sure I don't get like hit by this stupid Lux binding. Because yeah, at this point of the game, as well as every level after level 5, if you don't have any MR, Lux one-shots you. That's the tale of WildRift, baby. We love to see it. We do not, by the way. I hate it. I hate it here. Picking up the next dragon is a solid possibility. My root sadly doesn't connect, but she needs to be really careful. However, that actually connects, and Twisted Fate uses a nice stasis enchant here. Can we help him? Can we make sure to save him? Now we just have to walk far away. We have to hide very distant. We have to just not get caught here. I need to make sure that I don't get knocked out by the Alistar, and I have to play like front to back. I have to hit from very much behind. I think my Zonas was a lot griefier. I thought I saw something different than an MF Q. I thought it was a Lux Q, and it just makes everything so much more difficult. Alistar flashes over the wall, I just have to hunt him down. Then I instantly recall, don't even bother picking up the soul, because I want to make sure that the Irelia doesn't get tier 3 for absolutely free. Maybe I can deny this, maybe I'm not able to, but at least I have to try something. At least if I can't deny this, then I'm not even walking forward, because if I die here, she might end the game, or might get an opportunity to get even more on the map or anything. Like here, I at least am here to make sure she can't miraculously end the game with, I don't know, some magic damage, even though I don't believe she can with Nexus Shield. But yeah, just recall to be safe, nothing to be gained on the map anyway, and just make sure if you can't defend, just don't even try. Because again, in the game you would see the wave, right now you see it very much delayed, so everything I'm saying is not always on point with what I see right now, what I've seen in the game and what I remember. So yeah, but in general, it's very important to just stay so far away, like so far away, because if I get hit by anything, I just die, and I have to respect that, and I have to use my Swain as the front line that just keeps the bad away from me. And if they use him as a proxy target, I need to just stay there, do some few hits left and right, get the easy pick onto somebody, and then rotate the long way to make sure I do not die. Now the Irelia is making a solid mistake here by overextending, and look at what happens here. I thought she might turn, and I just popped my ultimate just to make sure, because I've seen it happen earlier, and I think it was a waste of an ultimate in hindsight. But I'd rather do this at this point of the game than risk a life, because dying right now with the objective spawning so soon, for example, Elder, it is too much of a risk. So the question is, what is the enemy gonna do here? Are they going to do anything special? Are they going to have some accidents? Or will we get a free ride? using my Swain as the front line, once again making sure that we are warm and cozy. My team is having some interesting accidents with the Olaf up there, and we just have to go there now. We just have to hope and save them. Stealth is there, Misfortune makes a massive mistake. We just get so much free damage onto her, but now the Alistair is going forward there. I don't have any follow-up on me right now, but I can only hit the Alistair. I can kite upwards. Alistair is still on to me. I get absolutely blasted flash out of the Lux ultimate and the Meteor. I still have to just play maximum range because I cannot walk further than the Alistair. It's too much of a risk. Now the Swain is keeping them at bay. The Aurelia is dashing forward. Now I go stealth in stasis, so she doesn't know that I stasised. And she just continues to walk after me rather than hitting my teammates. And with this, we are still not at the end of the game. Luck still might steal this, so keep that in mind. And I can only sustain my teammates for a little bit, like a tiny bit. Nice combo by the Swain again. Lux uses the combo as well onto the Baron a little bit early. Had to flip it, I guess. And we secure Baron Nashor. Game is still not won, guys. It's still going to be a very tough one. We might be able to pick up Elder unless Olaf buys TP, runs it, and steals it, which is a genuine possibility, and then we have a massive issue because they're very annoying champions to deal with. Lux appears here. Okay, we pick up the Elder. This game should now be over. We need to fix waves, and then we just win for free. Like, somebody needs to go top. Like, somebody has to go top. Look at this wave. Like, we need to just spam ping. Somebody go. Just go. It doesn't matter who. Just please go. I do not want to lose to minions. Twisted Fiddler, please go. You have ultimate. Soon again. Please just go. And I'm just standing behind the Swain here, max range. Looking for people to engage on him. I have Narnia auto tech range. Everything is fine. And we just slowly push forward, allowing the Mundo to also push forward. I'm staying very far behind because everything that touches me kills me. Now I'm just recalling to make sure we do not lose the game because Mr. Twisted Fiddler is fighting the Aurelia and it's not looking too good. I don't think the Aurelia can necessarily end against me, but I need to be really careful. I need to keep the minions in place very far away. Swain also had to reset because of this death because it's just too much of a risk. Because if I happen to die, it's just instantly over. Checks the brush with the third ability. Good choice, good choice. And we'll get ourselves a nice blue buff. Very powerful on the Swain. Very important though. Champion doesn't really have that much mana and actually struggles. And we need to just take care of these side waves nobody wants to take care of. While the gooflings in the mid lane just continuously walk into their bases and absolutely grieve their lives away. And if you don't pay attention 24/7, you will just lose. That is the problem. And if we're talking about Senna again, she is a very cool champion, a very high effort, but so strong if you play her properly in duo because she's such a crushing champion. Like, look what I'm just doing to her. Aiming my ultimate, maybe I get the kill. Dodges though. Now random goes in with this Swain. And we'll just pick up the Alistair. We have enough damage thanks to the Elder, so they'll just fall to us. Sadly, Swain's ultimate will run out soon unless the enemy is doing a little bit of a grief moment. Which we always hope to see. Sadly, doesn't happen. So without ultimate, Swain is a lot weaker. But the enemy gets hooked, so they get absolutely obliterated. I pop my stasis instantly as Aurelia castled. Now just walk away. I don't want to be killed here, it's continuously to walk, and we finally end the game. The teammates, after 15 minutes of trying to hit the Nexus, finally reached the Nexus as the entirety of the enemy team tried to kill us. Lovely legends. And again, we are going to take a look at the end of the game screen. Seeing my items here. Seeing the damage in general, you see the teammates were really popping off. And with that, we go over into the next game. Okay, we are up for the next one, and here we have an absolute juicer of a game. We have Sett and Senna against Seraphine Kaiser. Absolute domination is about to unfold, and this was into full bone plating, by the way. What an absolute enormous trade in terms of damage. And when it comes to bot lane, what is going to happen? Flash forward, getting stunned here, it's such a free kill. You just, like, even if you flash instantly, we just flash after and you will just burn to death by the ignite. It's so much power, it's so much unbelievable power. And yeah, we just get to freely reset again after this juicy kill. And this is the power of this setup. You have your Sett flash forward, like E-flash, and have the like pull together an enemy minion and a champion, and then they're stunned. And then you can just run them down. It's so much damage, it's absurd. Again, the same, utilizing home guards, and we just continuously march forward and deal so much damage. Sadly, the Seraphine is blocking so many hits here, but she gets absolutely obliterated. And I'm just looking to get a good placement with the ward here to just hit the Q on her, but sadly she doesn't die. Now I lasted a cannon to just make it faster with the wave here. And yeah, you are gone, my friend. And we just flash forward with Axe Flash, do some healing on random, and we just kill them on cooldown again. It's just constant death. Because bot lane, if enemy doesn't intervene, is a constant field of battle. It's a constant death and agony. And it's not like, hey, just play safe, bro. No, the enemy made a mistake once, and then they get continuously run down, because that is what bot lane is if you play champions that can be proactive and are very abusive. And it's so unbelievably insane how fed you can get in bot lane, which makes bot lane probably the most broken role in the entirety of WildRift that is only eclipsed by having a worse team. Or a better team on the enemy side. You can do it the way you want. And now we even save our jungle. No, it was our top laner. What is our top laner doing here? I am confusion. And yeah, we can do whatever we want. And if there's something you can take a look out for when it comes to Seraphine, just look at a bar beneath her champion. If this doesn't say that she's able to get the full stack passive, or doesn't have it available, she's much less of a threat. Because by the time she casts spells to get the buff full, it's just going to be too easy. And yeah, it's another dice situation. I should have let him tank. Massive mistake by me. So I couldn't get the full value. And yeah, nobody has aggro right now. He just one-shot. He just flashes after. And yeah, this entire play was my bad. I should have let him tank. I thought he already had an aggro. It was a massive issue. Could have been so much easier. And yeah, that's something we can just do on cooldown. Like level 5, we just ult onto them and we just one-tap them. And if they don't get any external help, the same thing will happen over and over and over again. That is the thing about engaged supports and abusive laners. You can do this on cooldown if the enemy team doesn't have a champion that allows them to have counterplay. Because Plated Steel Caps Ruby Crystal start second wouldn't exist for the melee champion, so he doesn't die, and Senna as a champion in early game is absolutely abusive, granting you healing and damage as well in lockdown, giving you the opportunity to just survive lane, getting to crucial levels, then the Sett can just hack slash in, and yeah, the enemy is just gonzo, and that makes life absolutely hell for the enemy, so you really don't want that to happen to you, do you? Now, just walking up here, hoping I can hold the mini wave for a tiny bit. We can argue that we can hold the wave, but it's not needed. And simply for one reason. We have Sett ultimate, we can dive. That's kind of the long story. We have Sett ultimate, we can dive. If we don't have Sett ultimate, I think we just delay the push a tiny bit. We just force them to lose a few minions. Then if we have ultimate again, we just continue pushing and we just run into them. You need to be a little bit careful about Evelyn. We get our vision priority here. And now the Yasuo walks up, a little bit of a crazy guy. Doing some damage. He thinks if Windfall does anything, gets absolutely obliterated, and we keep the Scuttle Crab for Sett ideally, so you get some healing. And now we just stealth in. He doesn't exactly know where he is. Flashes the combo, but yeah, you just get obliterated. You just got hit by a spell, you will die. Evelyn comes around the corner. I guess I'm not that old yet, I guess, sometimes. I guess I drank enough coffee that day. I'm not even drinking coffee. And yeah, our Xin Zhao finally makes his appearance. Not that he was needed at all beforehand, but he finally makes an appearance. And we just collect this tower and give our team even more for free. And yeah, our Xin Zhao just randomly died walking to the dragon, getting absolutely farmed by the Yasuo. And now we just have to do the mission. We have to run down the Yasuo. We have to kill that guy. It's law. We have to just gun him down. Hit a minion for the funsies because he dashed out of range here, and we just get another free kill into the pocket. We spot Evelyn walking to Herald, so you will not get this. You will actually die. We will make sure you will fall. And another flash coming in, another Hex Flash coming forward, root connects, and death commences. Now we see the Mundo, random stacks up his second ability, walks forward. We probably don't have enough damage to kill him. Second ability of his doesn't connect, so Mundo doesn't even get close to actually dying. But this will allow us to give Xin the ability to walk, to just do Herald, and us the ability to just hit the tower. But again, it's very sad to see that nobody wants to defend the other side of the map, which invalidates a lot of the benefits we are going for by lane swapping and being more proactive, because it gives the enemy AD carry way back into the game, which is absolutely terrible. And yeah, just hitting the tower for a tiny bit. Tower is a little bit too tanky here, if you ask me. And we finally get that one done. Get some 2 souls into my inventory, completely out of mana. And we are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And this game is an absolute Serpent's Fang game, by the way. If you look at the enemy champion, like they have Yasuo, they have Seraphine. If Mundo goes for Gargoyle as well, it is going to be so powerful to have Serpents. Even with Kai'Sa ult on top as well, there's just so many sources of shielding you can cut and making it easier for your team to have high impact. Look how he's just approaching again in stealth. Meanwhile, the Yasuo gets also caught here below and gets completely obliterated on the spot. Now it's some soul farming time here. Sadly, I don't hit the Senna with the Q. Would have been a juicy moment. Would have loved to see that one. And we are back at chilling mid lane, hoping that an enemy AD carry walks up so we can treat him as the AD carry he is and just send him into the next game like an absolute buffoon. And by the way, I can do another one of this. What? How did I miss? I'm a pig. Now I will die. How miss? How can miss? I'm bad. I'm terrible. GGFF open. What? Moving on. Okay, back in mid lane after we respawn. And now it's time. It is time to reap the rewards of our scaling. Time to tap these goblins. Tap that guy, now walk after the Mundo, hoping he would die, but he just has this lovely canister, just pops off and says, nope, you can't see me, bro. Not today. Enemy gets a bounty, we just lost tier 1 bounties. I think that's a terrible mistake in the game. Please remove bounties. And yeah, we are back at soul stacking, walking after our big protector, Mr. Random himself. And by the way, as of making this one, I have enough footage to do another one. Where my software actually didn't, where my files didn't get corrupted. Smiley face. So there's hope, so I can do another one of these where you get to see a different perspective. So just let me know in the comments below. As I said, please like the video, leave a comment as well. It goes a long way for the video. Nice reaction time by the Yasuo. Flash combo by the Sett onto the Yasuo. He just dashes forward and we just keep on spacing away to not get caught by the Seraphine ult, just in case it comes. I don't know why it didn't come though. They had shared a beautiful angle. Now it comes though. I use my ultimate as I get hit by it to buffer through it. And yeah, the enemy gets absolutely obliterated again. Xin Zhao doing Xin Zhao things, one of the most grotesque broken junglers. Sadly, I don't get the red buff. Feels bad, man, but we are getting more and more souls. And again, these games are not in low elo. These games are happening in probably the highest matches you can get on the European server. And sadly, that is kind of the state of the game, but it is what it is. Now we have to vacate the premises and have to peace out. I get knocked up here, and the enemy actually has vision on me, so I flash over the wall here, yep. And I look for another angle from behind, just making sure that Evelyn doesn't just get to creep up on me, and just make sure I walk very, very far away, so the Evelyn doesn't assume my position, that she doesn't know where I am, or doesn't think she knows where I am. And we are back on the map. Somehow mid lane had some little accident while my Sett is running at the enemy angrily. So now we have another Sett running it down here. Didn't insta-kill the minion. If you insta-kill a minion or a unit with your second ability, it instantly casts a root, instead of just adding like the delayed time on top of it, so you can just catch people off guard very many times and punish them by doing so. Big damage into the Mundo's face. 274 is not a bad hit considering that it's a Moonbro and this champion is unholy. Some more healing onto the random here. We see it's so much, it's so nice, it's so much consistent and annoying sustain you gain. Picking up the blue buff because you struggle with mana quite often. But now Xin Zhao just turned around for whatever reason, don't really know why. And I think maybe if Xin Zhao doesn't walk around the corner and lets me maybe pray to hit my W, maybe it's a win. And now random goes, oh, he loses vision onto the Yasuo, so he ults the wrong one. Big shielding onto random here, survives the play, and we just waltz forward and we just get the free kill. Xin Zhao randomly drops aggro, even though I could have just killed the Evelynn. Sad, this would have been such a beautiful play because it would have given us, I think, all objectives for free without the possibility of even losing it in any possible way. Mundu getting, just farming the vampire on the sideline, and we just get 2 more souls. Instantly picking them up with our first ability as Dragon dies, being a little bit more time efficient. Greeting my Camille, haven't seen her for the last 17 winters, but greet your elders, I guess. And now we're in the enemy jungle, pillaging as per usual. Hiding behind the corner, placing a control ward top left so Evelynn can't approach me unknowingly unless she goes the long way around, which is very unlikely considering the champions we have and where they are already, so it's very unlikely that she catches me off guard. With that done, we establish control that we know where Evelynn is most likely coming from, and we can just clear waves, prepare this Nashor, and hopefully force the enemy to come to us at Nashor, because that makes life substantially easier. I have flash available, so Seraphine ult should not be a problem. And we can just waltz it off. I take so much time picking all these souls. There's so many souls. Now we're walking it up. Evelynn actually dies, which is a massive W for us. And Yasuo is ulting our teammate. Everything is fine. And now I have to hit the front line. 221. Use my ult to collect the souls and do some damage. We love to see it. And now the Moonbro champion is a thing. And yeah, he just does so much damage. Doesn't even attack swap for Heartsteel stacks. And that should be the end of the game. Tanking the tower for a brief second. I don't know what Vladimir is doing. He's just running in circles. And again. Oh, no, wait. It's Nexus Shield because I didn't see the time, so we can't end. I hate Nexus Shield, so what are the bros doing? Can't really end. Not worth trying. So we just pick up the wave on the bottom side of the map and we go for another tower. It's just easier and more safe. Tower gone. This tower is the best tower for the next dragon, but worthless for Nashor in itself. They still have every ability to get there in time, and we need to be mindful that we don't lose the game right now, because the enemy can go to Nashor instantly upon spawning, while our teammates are hopefully not going for the topside jungle and getting spotted on wards. The worst thing that could happen is them being caught on vision and the enemy just does Nashor instantly, because they have quite a lot of DPS with Evelynn, Kai'Sa, and Yasuo. So now we have one person split pushing on the opposing side of Baron while we try to walk mid lane together. Like, I need to stay with my Sett. Evelynn is still a massive threat for me. However, with Edge of Night, life becomes substantially easier and deal a metric ton of damage. I don't know what Mundo is doing. He's just running it down, running into the jungle without any purpose. Enemy team had enough time to get control here in terms of vision, so we don't just do Nashor. But this Mundo champion nearly just kills 2 of us. It's crazy. And I believe if Evelynn is really crazy, she might be able to could have been able to capitalize on the situation depending on how long it goes and instantly kill someone. And yeah, now my prime time is just to heal my teammates, be a living ward for my teammates as well. He left to 260. Evelynn hops around here, gets the smite kill on that one. That's actually massive loss because the enemy team might be able to defend now. Maybe I see the enemy Kai'Sa appear somewhere so I can just one-tap her for being an AD carry. But that's a massive loss. Very well played by the Evelynn, actually hiding in our jungle to get this free plat, to get this steal. Was very, very well done. And we are now finally pushing the last side we can, but we can't really accomplish much, so we will just reset again very soon. Maybe looking for a potential play. If the enemy makes a mistake, but yeah, we'll pick up more items and hope for the best. We might be able to get the next dragon as well. Not that it means a lot, but getting something for free is always nice. And you can't really complain about getting things for free, can you? Random waiting in the brush above me here. Evelyn spotted on the other side of the map, so there's no real danger for me right now. I have flash available, I have veil, I can't just be run on magically. Only Evelyn could be scary to me, and we saw her earlier, so we just go for a rotation around the world like Daft Punk. And we look for the Moonbro. If the Moonbro is getting himself caught, we get ourselves into a very good position to win the game. Sadly, as Baron recalls, so he's already gone. Feels bad, man. We just deal with the next wave, and we just have to wait until Nasha dissipates and pick up more and more souls over time. Evelyn being spotted on the other side of the map because they can't really contest this dragon, which means we get a free dragon and the Infernal Soul. So we have a soul that increases our damage when we already one-tap people. It's a feels good moment, but sadly Yasuo now has an accident in mid lane. Probably didn't think we'd get there so fast. I don't really know. And it's time that we go for the next possible play. Stealthing him in mid lane, hoping that the teammates actually run down the side lanes as they are supposed to, because they can't stop multiple lanes. I lose my veil here, very big misplay. And I have to hit the Moonbro with like 700 armor for like 186. How pathetic is that one? How broken is Mundo? How unbalanced is that guy? And just have to continuously move forward. Evelyn is to my top right, we see it with the W proc. Camille going in doesn't even insta-ult on the spot, and yeah, hitting an AD carry is a lot more fun, isn't it? I just need to be careful to not just get flashed on by somebody. I don't want to take the risk, I don't have Edge of Night. So I just play it very slow, look at the enemy, Zhonya's for fun for the BM, and yeah, we will end the game here, pop my ultimate, and it's GG, you know why. So yeah, I will... Like, if you want to, again, let me know in the comments below if you want me to make another video specifically with the real point of view, because I think it would be a lot better. And yeah, here's the scoreboard, here's the builds, here's what the runes have done. Enjoy. And this is the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. If you want to enjoy more videos, come back for more, subscribe to the channel. If you want to support us, make sure to join Patreon. See you soon for more RiftGuides content.